Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Rusty from Porky's Corner. Biggest gob in sport. Well, what a day. Let me shut this window because motor trucks are unloaded. Be 15. How much for cheese and Piccadilly? Cheese and Branston. Little blonde from Dalton fetching me a cheese and pickle down. Thank you very much. I hope your husband don't mind. Pop, pop, bang. Dan Aziz and Boatsi, is it? Dan Aziz and Boatsi. Is it a good fight? Well, Dan Aziz is knocking on a bit now, and he's approaching 34. So it's now or never for him, isn't it? This is probably his biggest ever fight. 19-0, 13 by way of. His best win, you'd have to say, is Rocky Fielding on paper, isn't it, really? Rocky Fielding, that's his best win. He's done it the hard way. He's gone the traditional route, which I like. But he's very, very limited. Dan Aziz. He's not an elite fighter. He's very limited, but he's done it the hard way. But he ain't got a cat and nails chance against Boatsi, in my opinion. Looking at Dan Aziz, he's limited. I think he'll get found out against Boatsi. But you have to give him credit. He's done it the hard way. He's approaching 34. I don't think he'd be able to mix it with Boatsi. If Boatsi goes through the gears, he should really take care of him. But we're going to see. But you have to give somebody like Dan Aziz credit for coming up the way he's come up. But I think that, you know, boxing's not about fairy tales. Because if it were a fairy tale, John Fury would be trolling at Bridge, wouldn't he? Or Leper and Loft. If life were a fairy tale, wouldn't it? We'd all run off into the sunset with our dream dates, wouldn't we, driving our dream cars? But life's not a fairy tale, is it? And boxing certainly isn't, is it? So I expect Dan Aziz to be found out against Joshua Buatsi. I expect that, you know, a lot of people will be cheering for him, but you can only go so far with limited ability. And he's a limited fighter. Blood, sweat, and tears. He's done it the hard way on the small holes. A bit like Dylan White and that, but skills pay the bills. And I don't see Dan Aziz doing Boatsi. I'm not even going to say I could be wrong. No. Carefully matched, Dan Aziz. Very, very carefully matched. But limited ability, guys. Now, the other guy's a bit padded. To say he's got a decorated amateur career, he went to Olympics and whatnot. He's 17-0, 13 by way of, so he's got a slightly better KO ratio. His best win's Spider Richards, in my opinion. So one guy's best win's Rocky Fielding, the other Spider Richards. So on paper, you say they're probably equal. Or for their experience and the backing that Dan Aziz has got, you'd have to say he's a little bit in front of Boatsi, wouldn't you? He caught him up. He's caught him up. Dan Aziz is neck and neck with him now, or maybe edging it. So it's like a pick and fight, isn't it, really? But for most fans and armchair viewers and the media, but no. I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with Boatsi in a comfortable win on points by 4 rounds. Dan Aziz fans may think that's harsh. Well, I don't talk fairy tales. I talk harsh facts. Cold hard facts. Dan Aziz is very limited, but he's done well to get where he's got. But the other kids, way too much for him. Or he should be too much, shouldn't he? I think on the night, class will show. But it's a great fight, isn't it? It's a great fight for fans, especially London fans, isn't it? I dare say Rico and Martin from New Age and Terry, all them boys, they'll be knocking one out over this fight, won't they? And should do good numbers. It's a good domestic therapy. It's like a Joe Bugner, Henry Cooper job, isn't it? Something like that, you know, a Frank Bruno. If you'd have fought Gary Mason, we could have all got behind it, couldn't we? But Boatsi's got more in his locker. But when you look at the records, they're very similar at professional, aren't they? Very, very similar. 19-0, 17-0, both got 13 stoppages. You know, one's approaching 34, one's approaching 31. You know, it's a good domestic fight. It's pity we haven't had more of these, isn't it? You know, the rest of them who should be fighting are just all chatting. That's what they're chatting. Utter BS. But who have I got in the fight? I've got Boatsi by stoppage. And all you Dan Aziz fans, sorry about that. It's a bit harsh of me, but would I like to see Dan Aziz doing? You bet your bottom dollar I would. He's trained by Virgil Hunter, isn't he? Boatsi. And he hadn't had a world champion other than Andre Ward, and he's had everybody through his hands. He's ruined them all. Is he ruining Boatsi? Yes. I think Boatsi we'll see him off. If he don't, wow, I'd be shocked. I'd be very, 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 very shocked. I would honestly. I don't see a stoppage. I just see a 12-round points win for Boatsi in a good fight, but 8-4 to me, in my opinion. But there's no to say they can't put a good show on for fans. I think it's a great fight, you know. So, okie dokie. But peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. Don't do anything I won't do. Pop, pop, bang.